I know, I was just joking.
Okay, so are we on YouTube, Dave?
Nope.
No, on YouTube. Okay, Facebook, give us just a second. We are talking, if you're just joining us, about how much money we make on YouTube tonight.
What?
We're going to actually give you the real numbers. So, welcome. I am Tara. This is...
That creepy dude. Oh, I'm Mike.
We run livingonadime.com. And today we are talking about how much money we make on YouTube. And yes, we're going to give you actual numbers on how much we make on YouTube. So, I have a few statistics that I have written down here so that you guys can kind of know where we're coming from. And I have my really fancy notes here. See my really fancy notes? That's called a pen and paper.
Whoa. So the sync is a little out, but I think we'll just have to go with it. Okay,
you sure? Do you want to try one more time?
If you want me to try now, I have to stop the whole show for 10 minutes.
Okay, well, you guys will just have to deal with the sync being out. Sorry about that. All right. Okay, let's change the show. All right. Well, is it something we can fix or not?
If we stop the whole show for 10 minutes, then we might be able to fix it. Well, we probably have to test it, so I don't know. Well, do you want me to just go back to what we had the other day?
What did we have the other day?
It was out too, but I'm not sure if it's...
Okay, let's just go for it.
Actually, I can just change it back the way it was.
Okay, hold on guys, just a minute. Mike's going to make one more change and we'll lop this off the front of YouTube when we're done while YouTube's getting on there. Okay, let's see. Who's over on YouTube? Hello. Hello, hello. Yes, we're going to be living on a yen. That was Big Bear. He said that.
Seriously? Wait,
all right.
It was like, oh no, is that a troll? Because I didn't know what a yen was.
A yen is a Japanese.
You're looking great.
Amy Davis, you are right. It is never enough for the amount that we work. Okay, so here we go.
Hopefully the audio.
We're starting again. Let's start our intro again. We'll lop the whole front off. Okay? You ready?
Wait. Yes. Okay.
Hello, I am Tara.
And I'm Mike.
And we are from livingonadime.com. And today we are talking about how to make money, or how much money we make on YouTube. And I'm going to give you a specific number, but I have some things to say before I give you that specific number. We have been on YouTube since 2007. We did about 6 or 7 videos, and then I said, that's it, forget it, we're not doing this. Mike is a professional video producer and editor. That's what he went to college for. That's what he worked in for 20 years.
Yep.
And I could not stand working with him. He drove me nuts.
She was like, we don't need no stinking microphones.
Lights?
Why do we need lights?
We drove each other crazy. So we put out about 7 videos in 2007, and then we stopped. I was like, forget it, this is it. So then...
Well, mainly we stopped because at the time we couldn't figure out how this was actually going to help our business or make us any money.
Yeah.
So
at the time, it was taking an incredible amount of time. It would take us all day to shoot one video. It would take Mike an entire day to edit the video. And we saw literally 0 revenue from it. And it wasn't helping us at all. So we stopped. In 2014, God provided a miracle for us.
Oh, yeah.
And right when we were in the middle of a really nasty court battle with Mike's folks for custody of our niece, and we literally could not work for months because they were just drowning us with legal stuff. And we literally could not work. God sent Mom's How to Fold a Fitted Sheet video viral. And it went viral. And that kept us going for about 4 months when we literally could not work hardly at all. Mike was working like 2 hours a day just to barely maintain what we had going.
Just trying to do enough to just keep the business going.
Yeah.
In the minimal emergency way, yeah.
So thankfully, we put Mom's How to Fold a Fitted Sheet on there because we would not have not made it through that time. And so then in 2015, right? 15? Yeah. we started
Making
doing videos again. And this time we were trying to do more, and we were trying to figure out, and there is a, how do I say, you can't just make videos and they will come. You have to really make what people want. And you have to figure out what it is your people want. Because if you don't, they're not going to watch. And what someone else's people may want is not what your people want.
Yeah. Actually, it's the video thing is just like us making books. We discovered you can make the videos, you can make books, you can make any kind of a product, and then nobody buys it.
Yep.
Because you have to figure out what they want and how to make it. Basically, you want to make something that's valuable to them.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, I want to make this, and it's not valuable to them, nobody's going to buy it.
Yeah. So we spent from 2015 and 3/4 of 2016 doing individual videos. We were doing organizing videos with Mom when she would come at Christmas and in June for the boys' birthday. We would spend an entire week shooting videos all day long so that we would have videos for when Mom wasn't here. And then we would put them on. And then I was trying some cooking videos. We were trying organizing videos. We were trying just how to get out of debt videos, how to live on one income, that kind of thing. Trying to figure out what our people wanted.
Yep.
And I will be perfectly frank and say in December of 2015, I told Mike, that's it. I quit. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. This is not worth it.
It was her sort of semi-annual, I'm giving up.
Oh, stop it. Okay, it was my
semi-annual for 12
my
years?
semi-annual every month for the last 15 years I've said that. But
Wait, semi-annual every month?
I know.
You're just testing me, aren't you?
I really was tired. Mom and I have never received an income, basically just Mike. We just barely earned enough for Mike to do it. And I will be honest and say, we are on reduced school lunches. Seriously, we are not making a huge, we
were barely making,
barely.
Actually, what it kind of was happening is we went through a long period where we were going upside down between January and June. And then it would kind of pick up a little bit, and then it would pick up a lot, like September to December.
Yeah. And so we were on reduced school lunches. I mean, seriously, that's how little we were making. We were really living on a dime. People criticize us all the time, but truly, we were living on a dime. And we had, out of that money that we had about $5,000 to $10,000 a year of the $50,000 or so we were making a year. About 5 to 10 of that was going to medical expenses. Now, like Mike said, I'm just saying that we weren't living on a lot of money.
I was just wondering when you were making 50.
Well, so before, when we were doing trying to keep our head above water.
Okay.
So, so then in 2016, they came out with this live thing. And so I said, okay, let's give it a try. And
the first thing when I heard about it, I thought, who would want to do that?
I know.
That's like, that was my response when the internet came out too.
Yeah, we were just like, why would anyone want to do that? But I was sitting on the couch with Ellie fixing a beanbag one day, and I said, okay, let's try this live thing. And sure enough, we had 25 people watching us. I was like, wow. Okay, so then Mike came home from work, and he's like, oh, brother, not another thing. I said, I really think we need to try this.
Well, because those of you who know, Tara comes up with big ideas all the time, and other people implement them.
Yes, I'm the idea person, and I have great ideas, but I need a whole work crew to come behind me and do all the work. So, so we started the live thing then in 2016, in June. Yeah, in June, because it was the day of the boys' birthday. Actually, Mom was coming that day, so it was the boys' birthday. And so from June until September, we were doing the live show thing. But we were still just barely hanging on.
For all that time, we didn't make any money from it. And we were having, some of the technical problems we've had lately, we were having major technical problems every single show.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
And spending like the first 10 minutes of the show saying, let's try this.
And to put it in perspective, we would spend about 5 to 6 hours a day between shooting shows, editing shows, dealing with technical problems, comments, and things like that. 5 to 6 hours a day. And at that time, we were bringing in $400 a month.
When?
Back in June, when we first started on
ads?
YouTube. Yeah, for our YouTube ads. And in case you guys are wondering, how YouTube works is ads show up on your page. And if you listen to them for 30 seconds or longer, we get paid a few cents for it.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it's 30 seconds. It has to be 30 seconds. I looked it up.
Okay.
So if you want to support us, please watch the ad for 30 seconds and then you can move on.
But don't stress yourself.
Yeah,
Because
don't
it's not very
stress
much
yourself
money.
So we were spending 5 to 6 hours a day making $400 a month, and it was literally like $1 an hour we were getting. And we were getting really, really frustrated. And by this point, we had about 17 million views on our YouTube channel. By last September, we had about 17 million views on our YouTube channel. We had about 25,000 or so subscribers, somewhere around there.
When?
Last September.
Do we have that many?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was about 25,000 subscribers. And back then we were getting about 250,000 views on our videos each month. So in September, when all that kind of happened, we got ourselves, from June to September, we got ourselves up to $800 a month. Yay! We were rolling in the cash. So then in September...
Don't worry, there's good news coming.
Yeah, well, sort of.
If you're willing to work real hard.
So then in September, we started promoting our Dining on a Dime cookbook and our Quick and Easy Menus cookbooks, and started doing live cooking shows. Now, this was both a blessing and a curse. It was a blessing, but it was a curse in that it seemed like every single show I was doing, I would have something major go wrong. I would dump oil or something. I felt like a complete idiot, but hey, it was live. I had to keep rolling with the punches. One time I completely forgot to put in baking powder, so I pulled the stuff out, dumped it back in the bowl, stirred in the baking powder, and put it back in the oven. And yeah, so I always had something like that going on. So we started doing our Dining on a Dime cookbook and our ads and talking more about how to save on groceries. Well, then we started getting more comments and that kind of thing. Well, with the more comments, started coming more trolls and started coming more spam. And so I spend about an hour a day approving comments and deleting spam and trolls. Now, at that time, I was trying to answer every question that we had. Now, it's at the point where I can only approve the messages, and I try to only answer direct questions, only because I would be spending 3 to 4 hours a day answering answering all the comments, and I just physically can't. I don't have enough hours in the day to do that.
Cindy says we look great today.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cindy.
I even washed my hair for this show.
Yay.
Is it all bouncing and behaving?
Yep, we do have a couple little questions.
Okay.
But we can wait if you want.
So, just a second, Dave. I'm going to take questions at the end. Okay. And okay, so I'm gonna answer your questions, but I know everybody's wanting to find out how much did you make. Oh man, I got my train of thought all messed up. Where was I?
Oh, what
was I talking about? I was talking about something. Approving comments. So now it's gotten to the point where I cannot answer every comment. I try to answer them, but the way YouTube is set up, a lot of times the comments, even though I approve them, they will disappear on my feed and I can't find them. And I can't look through 400 and some odd videos to find whoever's comment it was. So if you're leaving comments on here, I'm really sorry. I do try to answer as many as I can. Mom pops in and tries to answer some, but it's really hard for us to figure out how to do that. So anyway, we try to keep it a family-friendly show, and that takes a lot of work. Keeping it family-friendly. Let's see.
So wait, are we going to talk about the income part?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of the background of what it takes to do this. Now, as far as the costs for running YouTube, you can do most YouTube videos with just your phone. So if you have a fancy phone, you can probably just shoot your videos on that. But for us, for our equipment costs, we have lights we have to buy. We have 4 different cameras we use for different types of videos.
Dave's getting a newer one tomorrow for his videos.
We have, let's see, right, 4 cameras? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 cameras that we use for different kinds of videos. We had to buy a microphone for one of the cameras so that you can be hearing us right now.
Because we had the microphone on the regular camera, and it was not, you could hardly hear us. It sounded like we were across the room.
Yeah, so we had to buy a camera to put on the microphone so that you guys could hear us. We have to buy tripods. We have to buy replacement parts for when Tara dumps the camera over and breaks the
that depends on you.
Camera case. And then, of course, for our shows, we do a lot of cooking shows, so we have to buy all the food to test. A lot of times I will have to make 3 or 4 of a recipe so that I can show different stages and how it goes. So we have to buy the food. If you're doing a gardening type show, you have to show your garden equipment and that kind of thing. So, and you also have to have your computers to edit these shows on. And you have to have the right program, which also costs money to edit them in. So there is an expense to having a YouTube channel. So this isn't just something where you can shoot and click and throw it on there. Not to mention the amount of time. Now, we have kind of, how do you say, streamlined our system now so that we are getting down to spending about 3 to 4 hours on average per day filming, editing, and that kind of thing for the videos. But it is still around 3 to 4 hours. Now what Mike will do is he'll take one day and he'll say, today I'm editing videos. So that whole 8 to 10 hours he works that day is editing videos. And he'll do that 2 or 3 times a week. And then the other days he spends on doing bookkeeping and our taxes.
I'm editing less now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But our videos are getting a little more complicated because we're trying to start doing more vlog, family type things. So that's going back to being a little more work. Then I decided to start a soap YouTube channel, which I don't have videos on yet, but I'm starting to record the videos, and it's going with my how to make soap e-course. So those are the kinds of things that take up your time more than just shooting. It is way, way more than just shooting, putting it on there, and bam, you're on YouTube, right?
So what she's trying to say is it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So, the other thing is, just went out of my head, and I'm trying to look at my notes. So, the moral of that whole story is, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I would not suggest you give up your day job right away. Don't quit your job and expect YouTube is going to support you right away. Now, I would make it a hobby if you like doing it, like I'm doing with my soap channel. I'm making it a hobby, but I'm not expecting my income to come from YouTube ads. How you make money on YouTube, aside from the ads, which is how most people do that. But if you actually want to make YouTube or money on YouTube, you need to have a product. Yeah. Like our books. Our books are a product that we sell.
Before we talk a lot about the product, do you want to talk about, okay.
So we have our books that we sell. So we make money from that. We have another way you could make money is through doing an e-course, or you could do a consulting business, like let's say you're, I don't know, a how to get your life together coach or an organizing coach. You could sell your time to consult with these people, and they make $100 to $200 an hour, some of these people. So you could do that. You could do merchandise. Some of these bigger YouTubers, they have specific sayings they have or whatever, and they'll make t-shirts and hats and bumper stickers and all that. That's another way that you can make income doing that. Now, if we were just making the money we make on YouTube, we would have quit. It is not worth it. So right now, we have 537 views per month.
537,000 views.
Yeah, that 1,000 makes a little bit of a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
537,000 views per month. We have 42,000 subscribers. We have 21 million views total. And 16 million of those views are just on Mom's How to Fold a Fitted Sheet. Okay? From the YouTube ads, we make, are you ready?
I can't wait to find out.
You're not doing a drum roll.
Oh, sorry.
You guys ready? About $1,400 to $1,500 a month. That's a letdown, isn't it? So
actually, it sounds like a lot, but considering how much work it is, that in itself isn't very much. Which is why Tara's been talking so much about other things like the books. What in our opinion, if you make a YouTube channel and all you do is rely on the ads, you're not going to make enough money. It'll be a good hobby business that you work really hard for.
So if you want to make a YouTube channel, I would suggest that before you even start your channel, you have a product that you can sell in your channel. Thankfully, we had our Dining on a Dime cookbook. We have 49 ebooks and print books all together. And they come in we have them in different sets, and they come individually. Dining on a Dime is our biggest seller of all time. We have sold over 500,000 copies of Dining on a Dime over the last 18 years that it's been in print. It's been 20 years since I started working on it, but 18 years since it's been for sale. So it took me 2 years to write it. So before you even start your YouTube channel, I would suggest that you have a product that you can promote in your YouTube channel first, so that you have an income, so that you don't get discouraged and stop. So like with my How to Make Soap YouTube channel that I just started, I don't even have videos on there, but I am writing my How to Make Soap for Beginners e-course even before I get the channel up, so that I will have a product to sell as I'm making the videos.
So the reason why she's saying this is because we're hoping that if you do it, you learn from our mistake, which was really you only will make money if you sell a product that you create.
Yeah.
The other things are, it's worth having the ads on there. It just doesn't really provide the main part of the income.
Yeah. And you will see other YouTubers doing things like Amazon, which we do. Amazon affiliates. We will put a link in there, and if you order from Amazon, we'll get 10 or 20 cents from what you order. But it does help us out. But quite frankly, we only get a couple of $100 a month from doing the Amazon affiliates. So even though we're doing the Amazon affiliates, for us, because we only have 40,000 subscribers, we don't get that much money. Other people will do Patreon.
Yeah. So that might work for someone.
And it depends on your audience.
But it was not a good experiment for us.
We tried Patreon, and we ended up with $30 a month support. And I kid you not, we ended up spending 15 to 20 hours a month trying to just tech support, getting it up there. People were having problems with their free ebooks. It was not worth it at all. And I think, didn't we finally get up to like $150 or something at the end? I can't remember.
Like that.
It wasn't worth it at all.
The amount of work, it was just taking so much work from other things. And a lot of people had good intentions in supporting us on Patreon, but the amount of work per person was greater than the amount of donation per person. So,
so it is a lot of work, but if you're gonna have a YouTube channel, and this is the Homestead Network tonight, and I hope all my Homestead homies are on here, but I don't see them all on here.
A lot of them are on.
I've been encouraging several of you guys, I won't mention any names,
in Ohio,
to get your cookbooks done and to get your soap made and get it for sale, because that is how you are going to start making money. It's not going to be from YouTube. We only make $1,400 a month off of our YouTube ads. That is certainly not worth it at all, not even close to being worth it. So if you're going to do it, I would do it as a hobby to begin with and have your product ready to go. But I wouldn't count on your YouTube ads to help you quit your day job. It's not going to happen.
No, and we see some questions here, and we are going to get to them shortly. So
I wanted to give you guys a background first, because we get this question all the time. Oh, I want to start a YouTube channel because I want to quit my job and stay home with the kids.
It can be a good thing, but you have to be kind of smart about how you do it if you want to make money.
Yeah.
Because what we've learned, not just with YouTube, but with the other stuff, is it's really easy to produce a lot of stuff and be a volunteer.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
The other part, yeah.
Yeah, and so you really need to make sure that you have a product that you're going to sell and have it done. Now, for us, it has been a long amount of trial and error. It has been almost 2 years since we started doing YouTube videos every day.
2 years.
We started with 3 a week for 6 months, and then we upped it to 6 to 7 a week, and we thought that would make us go big, and as you can see, we're still not big. And so it's a lot of work to get a video out every day. You need to consistently put on stuff, even if it's 3 times a week, that's fine, but you need to consistently put on videos. Now, part of the problem is, you will notice one of our other Homestead friends, they actually make more money than we do on YouTube, but they have less subscribers. But it depends on how much you get paid on YouTube, depends on your audience and what they are buying and what kind of ads. The advertisers will target certain people, and these prepper type people and these prepper type
certain niche markets they prefer.
Markets, yeah. They have higher paid advertising. And so because we're all about saving money, we're actually not really encouraging people to buy much. But our book, of course, if you want to buy a book, please do. So they are actually getting more money than we are for the same amount of work. Or gamers. Gamers will have larger amounts of money than just normal Hojo people like us. People who allow ads that are what we would consider inappropriate. We do not allow ads on our site for several things. And we have children in the room, so we're not going to go through that. But you guys get my drift on that. So because we don't allow those high-paying ads that go to middle-aged men in their 50s.
Various pharmaceuticals and such.
Because we don't allow those on our site, we don't get as much income. And so it really does matter. So, should we get on to questions?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Dave.
So, did you mention vloggers? Because I noticed that a lot of people have transitioned from, like, this one YouTuber I watched has transitioned from like gaming like Minecraft to vlogging, and he's made twice as much money.
Yes, different kinds of videos. Dave is right. Different kinds of videos bring in different amounts of money. So like for us,
and get different amounts of audience.
And yes, and get different audience. So like for us, we were trying all the organizing and that kind of thing, and we weren't getting hardly anything at all.
Any response?
Yeah, we switched over to doing more groceries and that kind of thing, and we got a much bigger response. Our video view times have gone up a lot, and
which is important because, well, it's important because YouTube, if they see a lot of view time, they show your things more. When they have to select which ones to show, they show yours more. If you the view times are
and
higher.
We get a lot of complaints from people saying, "Well, your videos are too long. We want to see short videos. I don't have that much time." Well, I'm sorry, but our viewers like the long videos, and so we're going to cater to the majority of the people, not the minority of the people. And most people watch our videos for 10 to 25 minutes. If we only did 3-minute videos, we would not have those long watch times, and we wouldn't be being shown to more people. So that is why we do the longer videos. Now, we do some short ones in between because we totally understand. But, you know, guys, if you don't want to watch long videos, skip ahead.
Well, I was going to say something on that. It's important in any kind of business for you to be aware of who your major audience is. And if you don't want to work really hard for no result at all, you can't just say, I'm really interested in this, so I'm going to make videos on this. You need to make videos on something that you like, that other people actually want. But you also need to understand how to fluctuate with your audience and try to come with something that they really want. And Tara was talking about some people saying they want shorter things. In the past, we've kind of gone with whatever people say in any kind of a comment and changed our business based on that. And what we've discovered is people will tell you, I want this. But when you look at the statistics of your data,
that's not what they're buying.
And nobody buys it, or nobody watches it, or nobody comments on it, that means that even though they think that's what they want, it's not what they want. And the other thing is that...
Well, and hold on just a second on that. We even sent out surveys asking people what they wanted, and we made those products, and then they didn't buy them.
Yeah.
So
now, another thing, too, is that a lot of the people that make a lot of requests will not buy anything. And it's okay. We don't mind. We like to help the people that don't buy anything. But if nobody buys anything, or if there's no income coming in from anyone, then it's not going to be beneficial. And so what we've discovered is it's more important to understand what the people that really follow you are. So like if you're doing a vlog, and if you're doing a YouTube channel and all you do is put funny memes on there, a lot of people will watch those. Almost nobody will pay or buy something or click an ad or anything. And so even though you get a lot of views, you're a starving artist.
Yeah. And so you really have to make sure you listen to your audience and also know your audience. We thought when we first wrote the book, when I first wrote this, I thought I was catering to people who were cheap like me and frugal and wanted cheap, easy recipes to make their life easier. What I found out was that's not my audience. The cheap and frugal people don't want to buy your product, but we need to eat.
Even if it's going to save them a lot more than the cost.
Yes, because this book is $21.95, and I guarantee you it will save you your first trip to the grocery store. It will save you to your first trip. Every single person who has gotten it has said that. The thing is, oh shoot, where was I going with this? I was talking about...
You originally thought your audience was...
Oh, so I originally thought my audience was frugal, cheap people. Come to find out, after we started looking at our statistics and our analytics, our target audience is actually females between the ages of 25 and 60 who earn over $100,000 a year, mostly working moms who are trying to find meals that they can cook for cheap at home without eating out all the time. We never had a clue That was what it was until we realized that. So now we have turned the way we market from this is a cheap, easy meal for all you frugal peoples to this is easy and quick and cheap, and you can make it at home even if you're exhausted, tired, working mom. So those are the kinds of things that you have to look and realize in your business. And when we asked our readers, because we were trying to figure out what they wanted. We said, what do you want for a cookbook? And they said, we want a crock pot cookbook. Okay, we made a crock pot cookbook. Guess which cookbook does not hardly ever sell?
That one does better than...
Well, it does, but not near this. It's not what they asked for. So we don't sell hardly any of those compared to how many we sell of Dining on a Dime. So even though people are telling you one thing, you need to look at what they're actually buying and go for that and do that. So yes, Dave.
So actually, I just wanted to point out, well, I do have a couple of things. Oh, well, I have one thing. But I wanted to point out that we've had around 500 people this time, and
wow,
around 600 people now.
Thank you guys for watching us.
Which is the most we've ever had at one time.
Wow, our most viewed video ever. Yay.
Right.
Okay, so yes, we're going to get on to questions.
Also, Mother of Many Horses says, how did you figure out your audience?
We're still not totally sure.
Yeah, trial and error.
Well, it's funny because we kept thinking, I think maybe they would like this, I think maybe we would like that. And pretty soon we were looking at the numbers. We actually were looking at the data. It's hard because when your gut says it's one thing, you look at the data and you think, well, the data says something completely different.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to see what is similar with the things that are all working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Linda asked, do either of us have a day job or is this your total income? I used to be a television producer, but this is all we do now. And it's, when I say all we do, it's a lot of work.
So this is Mike's only income, and he takes the computer and he goes to the library and he works and edits videos because when he's at home, he can't get anything done. There's kids walking in and out and there's dogs barking and all that kind of stuff. So Mike goes to the library to work probably 3 to 4 days a week. 1 to 2 he'll be home depending on what videos I need to help him edit and decide what, where we're going. Mm-hmm. He quit, when we moved to Colorado, he quit his job as a television producer in 2011 and was going to get another job, but took off 6 months to revamp our website. We had some savings we were living on. And after that, we realized we could make more money doing this, even though it still wasn't that great, than the $30,000 he could make being a video producer. $40,000, as a video producer.
In Denver, in Colorado, what they would pay is not really sufficient for us. And I would have to drive an hour each way, which I used to do. Don't do anymore.
Yeah. And so this is our full income. This is Mike's job. But it does not pay the 3 people, Mike, Mom, and I, yet for the amount of work that we all do. Mike gets paid the most. We did in September to December when we started changing the way we promote Dining on a Dime and started doing more cooking shows. Our income, we made the same amount of income from September to December that we did the whole entire rest of the year. So we found, okay, this is how we need to do our show, is more cooking shows, more talking about groceries, longer videos, that kind of thing. So that's how we kind of figured that out. But yes.
Getting lots of comments.
P. Johnson, oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Dan.
Go ahead, ask real
P.
quick.
Johnson says, how can I buy your crock pot cookbook?
It's on our store too. I'll share the store link.
Thank you for asking, P. Johnson. So you can buy our Crockpot cookbook on our website. Mike is putting the link in there. It's on our store page. Go to livingonadime.com and click store, and it'll be on there.
A lot of people saying they just didn't know we had a Crockpot cookbook.
Yeah, I mean, and we haven't promoted it very much because I'm trying to get rid of our quick and easy menus because we're going to possibly be moving, and I don't want to move all these books, which we just sold out of our Dig Out of Debt. It's a sad day. I forgot to tell you, Mom, we sold out of Dig Out of Debt. So we have these 2 books are our only 2 books left in print now, is our Dining on a Dime and our Quick and Easy Menus. And we only have 300 Quick and Easy Menus left. And when these are gone, these are going to be ebook too. So the reason why we're going from ebook from print book to ebook is because it is a lot less work for the same amount of money. And so that's why we're switching over for that. And I'm the one who ships all the books, and I physically cannot keep doing this. It is wearing me out, and I just cannot ship this many books and keep my sanity or my health. So as soon as these are sold out, I'm going to have either one of the kids shipping, or we're going to send them to Amazon and do it then. So I don't know how we're going to do that yet. But anyway, so yeah. Okay, questions.
Okie dokie. Well,
Whoa,
first of all,
look at all those questions.
is it Grin? Give us a shout out to us in the UK.
Hello, in
Grin.
the UK.
Okay, so Denise was talking about when we were talking about when people ask for, they don't always want. She said, like, when I did a fundraiser at a homeschool convention, I took the advice of the gentleman that managed the church kitchen. He said, people may talk healthy salads and fresh fruit, but they buy chili cheese conies and chips. And that is so true.
And actually, that is why I do more desserts and sweet stuff, because everyone says they want healthy recipes, healthy, cheap recipes. That's not what they buy. When I do the Hostess cupcakes, I sold 25 books within 4 hours of doing that recipe. When I did the green broccoli salad, I sold 1.
A lot of people were asking if they're watching on Facebook, would it be better to watch on YouTube? I think probably not.
Actually, it puts an ad at the beginning.
It does put an ad on, but the amount, if you prefer Facebook, the amount isn't that much different.
Yeah, it's literally a few cents.
Well, Eileen said, do you also get paid by Facebook? We don't. No. Although the majority of the income we make from this comes from selling books.
Yeah.
And so
we sell more books on Facebook, but we don't get an ad income from Facebook. On YouTube, we get an ad income on top of selling books, but it's not near as many books. We sell the majority of our books on Facebook right now.
And Barbara asked, what ads? At the beginning, before the video goes, there is an ad there. But if you watch other YouTube videos, the ad only shows like every 5th video. Or if you have an ad blocker, it may not show at all. Mm-hmm. But those ads do help reasonably, but not as much as the actual selling the books. Dave, did you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Marina says, then you should only air on YouTube rather than Facebook. Make us all watch the ads and make more money. It's a good idea. It's a good idea, but
doesn't work.
Everyone won't go. If they prefer Facebook, they're not going to go over to YouTube, and that's just the way it works. And we do sell our books on Facebook more than we sell them on YouTube. So, yeah.
And YouTube and Facebook are kind of different in terms of what people are there. So, Facebook tends to have people that they'll come on right away. Facebook tends to have people that will come on right away. They won't stay as long and really like Facebook a lot. YouTube is more people that are just looking for things to watch, and they come and they stay for longer, more often than not.
Yeah.
But there are a lot more people on Facebook. And Facebook, everybody joins right at the beginning. YouTube, sometimes it takes 15 or 20 minutes for someone to notice that the show is on.
Yeah. And there are problems with YouTube. So, like, we were having
people.
1,000 people a month unsubscribe. YouTube was just randomly unsubscribing them. So while we were trying to build our subscribers, YouTube was just deleting at least half of our subscribers. And so even though you're trying to build up your YouTube channel, and you would think YouTube would want you to do that, they just go in and randomly unsubscribe people. And we know that it's people who legitimately want to be on there, because I have had many people say they have been unsubscribed 3 to 5 times and they keep going and resubscribing. So if you get unsubscribed, please go and resubscribe. There's nothing we can do about it. Tons of YouTubers are complaining about this. YouTube refuses to fix the problem. I don't know why.
Well, but I think what's happening is YouTube is sometimes people do funny things to get subscribers that aren't real subscribers. And I think YouTube is trying to stop that. But they have a program that looks at what's happening and it automatically does things. And I think what's happened is their system has made an error and it's dumping people from all over the place. So it's not just us that's having that problem. But I would say if you have YouTube and Facebook, if you tell it to give you reminders on both, then if YouTube unsubscribes you, at least you'll know.
Yeah.
So yes, Dave?
I would just like to point out that we have 108 likes on YouTube right now.
Yeah, and when you guys like, subscribe, and share, that really helps us out because it shows YouTube that you guys like us. So if you give us that thumbs up when you watch a video saying you like it, that really helps us because then YouTube shows our videos to other people. So thank you for you guys who are doing that because that really helps us. And the same on Facebook. When you give a thumbs up and that kind of thing on Facebook, it tells Facebook you like us. It shows us to more people. Then more people come on and we can reach a bigger audience.
Oh, and one other thing about that, if you do videos on YouTube, I don't know if YouTube does this or not, but Facebook, if you do them on Facebook, they won't show them to all of the people that liked your channel.
No.
But the more other people that interact with you, the more of those people see it. So we have 400,000.
We have 404,000 people on Facebook, and only 200 are watching us right now.
But 10,000 watch through the course of the show.
Yeah.
But what happens though is Facebook only shows 10 or 20,000 of them that we're actually doing the show, and the rest, if those people are interacting a lot, then Facebook will tell other people that we're on. So that's kind of the way that works.
Now I have 100
So that's why it helps us. Thank you guys who just gave us those extra 20 likes. Those really help Facebook know and YouTube know these people are popular, and if you click a thumbs up on every video or like and share and comment, that really helps YouTube spread the love.
Now, Sue asks, do you have to pay YouTube to post videos?
No.
They're happy to have you post videos, and they encourage that because they make money. Like when we get the ads, they get a cut of all those ads. So that's how they make their money on that. Let's see. Yeah, Lori Ann was asking, what does Mike do for a living? This is what I do.
This is it.
I used to be a TV producer. We just... we were doing this in print without the video, and even then it was a lot of work to do
And
those.
Mike works 40 to 50 hours a week at least. Some weeks it'll be 60 hours if we're having a big sale and we have a bunch of people who can't get their orders correct or something like that, or we have a big, like if we have a new ebook coming out or something, he'll do 60 hours that week trying to get the new stuff proofread and edited and all that kind of thing. Mom and I work, I'm doing about 4 hours a day now, and Mom's doing about an hour or so when she's not here. But
now, 4 hours a day is a significant increase from what you were doing last summer.
Yeah, I had quit. I had told Mike, I said, I forget it. I'm not doing anymore. I'm tired. I will, I'll put the newsletter together. And that's another thing we have to do. We have a newsletter with 69,000 people on it. And Mike, I don't know, can you get the link for that? Do we have that? And we send our newsletter out to people to also sell our products and to give them free information. And here's the thing. I used to feel kind of bad asking people to buy and that kind of thing because I thought, we were in that spot. We could not afford these things. We needed the help. But here's the deal. We have over almost, not quite, but 450 videos on YouTube, I think, somewhere around there. We have over 1,500 articles on our website on how to save money, recipes, that kind of thing. We have a ton of free information. I am not going to apologize for asking you to help us give that free information to the people who need it, because it is out there. And if you need that information, don't send me a nasty gram saying how I'm trying to sell you stuff. You can go over and do the work and look through our website, livingonadime.com, 1,500 free video or free recipes and tips. Pages, not just tips. We probably have thousands and thousands of recipes and tips. And We have more than 400 and some odd videos that you can watch. So stop making excuses of why you can't save money. Don't tell me how you can't afford the book. Just go and look and watch, and you can learn all the information there, and let those people who can afford it go ahead and buy it. That's totally fine. So anyway.
Oh, Dolphin Man.
Now.
Dolphin Man wants to know what comes with the thumbs down. Actually, the thumbs downs kind of help us a little.
They do, yeah.
I'm not saying that you should do them, but the thing is, the thumbs downs don't really hurt. I guess if we had 1 million thumbs downs and no thumbs ups, that might be a problem. But typically, YouTube actually thinks that if there's nothing but thumbs ups, that means that you're faking it somehow. And so a normal number of people, somebody's always going to hassle you. So we have like 2 people that thumbs down everything. And I have to say, if you're one of them, thank you. Because it keeps all the thumbs ups more valuable. Now, that doesn't mean that we're asking you to thumbs down. But I'm just saying, for when somebody does thumbs down, it doesn't really hurt us at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, but it doesn't hurt either.
So Linda says, I adore my hubby, but I don't want to work with him. He's the boss at work and I'm the boss at home. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do we even go into that after Valentine's Day?
We could just say, we know where you're coming from.
Alexander.
I will say this. I will be perfectly frank and say, 20 years ago, if I knew what I know now, I would have never done this. I really wouldn't have. The stress of doing it has been huge, and I'm not sure that it has been worth it. It may in the end, and I'm praying that God will make it worth it in the end, but it's been 18 years, well, almost 20 years now, of a huge amount of stress, and we're still married, and we still love each other. But it is very, very hard working with your family. And quite frankly, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I know there are families who work together and it's great. But if I had to do it over again, I probably wouldn't have done it. So.
The last 6 or 7 months, it's been much, much better.
Yeah.
And it's funny because...
Well, it's much better because we're actually able to pay our bills and not have to worry.
It's funny because it's been long enough down that... There's this kind of weird paranoia where we're thinking, okay, is this real? Is it going to stay this way?
Yeah.
And the work is pleasant, but it's hectic, but it's pleasant most of the time, except with the technical problems, because having been a television guy for 20 years, where everything had to be precise, for some reason, the equipment is just not predictable in the same way. And I don't have an army of television engineers to say, hey, Bob, what's up with this? That was shout out to one of my favorite engineers.
171.
So anyway, we have some other questions here.
Okay, so tonight we're gonna go on and we'll see.
We'll go for longer.
We'll go for a little bit longer than usual. So we'll try and get
your questions. Do we
want
to promote 7? I forgot what they changed their names. Simply Circus 7.
Oh yeah, Simply 7 is on at 9 tonight for the Homestead Network, guys. So go to YouTube. Eastern? 9 Eastern, so go check them out for the Homestead Network, yeah. Okay,
and you can get the link to their place at thehomesteadnetwork.com.
Yes.
Right? Thehomesteadnetwork.com. Sherry says, love your sweater, Tara. Marianne says, you guys look cute in blue.
Oh, we're all matchy-matchy. We didn't do that on purpose.
Somebody else said we should take a picture while we're looking
we're looking good.
Assuming we survived the show.
Sure, let me take a screenshot.
Yeah. Here, ready, dear? Dave's going to take a screenshot.
Well, just smile. Well, no.
You ready?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll get it later. Laura said, I'm going to ask for your cookbooks as an early birthday present.
Thank you, Laura. I'm sure you will like it.
Cassie says, just started recently. I think she's doing YouTube stuff too. And it's much more work than it seems. I'm enjoying it, but it's a lot of effort and not easy to get people to give my channel a chance. Yes, that is a big challenge.
Got the screenshot.
And even with us being a little bit larger, we're not small, but we're not big. We're kind of a medium YouTube. I have asked lots and lots of people if they want to do collaborations and stuff like that, and it is very hard to get people to want to do that.
Partly because sometimes it's because they're busy, but if they're newer, they see other YouTubers as a threat.
Yeah.
And the reality is they're not a threat, and generally they're not even exactly on the same target as you. Oh,
yeah.
Dear Patch Heaven is on.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Dear Patch.
Let's see.
We've been watching you roaming around. I need to comment more on you guys. I watch Big Bear and Dirt Patch all the time, and Big Family all the time, and I need to and that's another thing. Commenting on other YouTubers' videos, that takes a lot of time, but that's one way to build your channel. But it takes a lot of time to do, and I just don't do it very often, even though I watch you guys a lot. So
one thing I would say, by the way, people, if your viewers are kind of in touch with you, they want to help you, but sometimes they just don't think, oh, I need to do this to help you. So it doesn't hurt to tell people what, hey, be sure and check us out, be sure to do this, be sure to do that. Or like with the cookbook, we can say here's the recipe, but if we don't say here's this cookbook that it's in, and if you can get it from here, then people don't really think about that. So it's funny because one of our friends from the Homestead Network, I think was trying not to step on people's toes and ask them, but he never would ask for a while, and I had to say, you need to ask sometimes because the people really do want to help. And so, like, if you're doing a channel and you're struggling with that, it's definitely good to kind of toot your own horn sometimes and to sort of say, hey, if you guys really want to help us out, here's what you can do.
I keep telling Big Bear he needs to do a taco cookbook, but he won't listen to me.
So Leanne says, from what I hear you say, everyone needs additional computer software to do these live broadcasts. Is that right? No.
Well, yes and no, yeah.
You don't. So what we're doing is something that most people don't do. We go live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and it's kind of tricky.
That's why we've had so many technical problems.
It's kind of tricky to do that. But you really could go live if you just have a smartphone and a fast enough internet connection. It's interesting because this is one thing where Tara talked about all the things we have, but unlike the broadcast TV world, in YouTube land and Facebook land, people aren't as perfectionist. So if you just have a smartphone and you go on, it's best if you are in a place where there's decent light. But if you don't have the lights and you don't have the microphones and you don't have all that, you can just go on with your phone if your phone is fast enough. It doesn't have to be expensive. And then upgrade from there if you feel like you need to. So it's kind of actually this way I've learned this as a recovering perfectionist, that it's best to do it now and perfect it later.
Just get started, yeah.
So if it's there's a thing they have in engineering which is the least viable, I forgot what it's called, but it basically means at what point is the car able to take somebody somewhere, and then after that you figure out the air conditioning and the radio and the windshield and the heaters and stuff. And that's kind of the same way it is with doing this. So you don't have to buy a lot of equipment at the beginning.
And when I'm talking about products, you don't have to write a 1,200 recipe and tip and 500-page cookbook to start with. Just get a 30 to 50-page ebook out there of your best recipes and just get started. But at least you have something to sell. Then you could make that a chapter and add chapters and then have your whole cookbook. But get started with something and don't let perfectionism get in the way.
Oh, that will kill you. If you're perfectionist,
this is where
you'll
we
never
butt
do
heads
anything.
the most.
Well, no,
I'm
actually,
just like,
I think it's
get
fair.
it on.
See, I think we balance each other nicely
We do.
that way because
Yes, we do.
I'm the person who's always thinking, what could possibly go wrong here? How do we fix it? And how do we try to make sure that everything stays where it's supposed to stay and the warp core doesn't overload and blow up the ship? And Tara is kind of like, let's just do this and see what happens. And I'm thinking, but have we thought about this? No, but let's just go. And so, but the combination with us on that has been really helpful because Tara will say, let's go. I'll kind of drag a little and I'll do some research and try to make it. But if you are perfectionist, you have to cut that business out.
Yeah, really. And to put it in perspective, our first book that came out, Not Just Beans was the title. The cover wasn't, we won't go there. But anyway, there was at least 250 mistakes.
And we had proofed it a lot.
And we had proofed it probably 10 or 12 times at least.
We had like 6 different people that looked at it.
6 different people proofread it twice, and we still had more than 250 mistakes. And as we keep going, I have found at least 15 mistakes in just doing the show. And that's just life. I mean, you just got to keep on and keep going. Yes?
Every single person who has been on here, notice Chumley in the background. He said, beautiful cat, love the cat, you should have him on.
You guys can take
And there
him.
he is
We're going to
again.
put him up for auction. Don't tell Emily.
She's on the live stream.
He's our terror cat that.
Jack is.
Oh no, Jack loves him.
So, there was something else I was going to say. We'll just look at this.
Perfectionism?
Oh yeah, if you are a perfectionist, I can tell you I have been one, and it's been like a God thing for 20 years teaching me how to give up that perfectionism, and I'm telling you, the more I let go of some of that, the better it is. But when we were able to afford it, lights and the microphone and stuff did improve.
Yeah, Philosophenix, I totally get it. Her husband is a sound engineer, and he keeps trying to help her. You got to get over the perfectionism. Seriously, it is the ruin of people trying to start anything. You can't. You have to just keep going. Perfect it as you go along, but get started. No matter how bad it is, just get started.
Well, especially since this is a subjective thing. It's not like math where there's a right answer.
So, Budget Girl wants to know, how long does it take to upload a standard video of yours? I found it takes days sometimes to upload even just a 10-minute video.
So that means you're probably exporting your files too large. It could be your internet connection is really slow, but there are certain codecs, which are file types, and you can compress them various amounts. You could actually send us a message at our website, livingonadime.com, at the contact, and I can kind of suggest to you what might be good. But mainly, if your files are too large, like if you take them right off of a video camera or something, they're probably going to be too big.
Penny said she loved our locked out of the romantic cabin video. So thank you. And actually, that is the story of our life. That's the kind of stuff happens to us all the time. And we're going to start recording more stuff like that. Like the other day, Monday, when I broke the camera live.
Okay, so I have to say, I thought it was hilarious because Tara was like, Mike is going to kill me. And I was thinking, don't you know me after 22 years?
He's not going to kill me. I just say that. He didn't even bat an eye. He was like, okay, was it the camera or the case? I said, well, I think it was just the case. And he said, okay.
I'm just thinking, okay, that can go in the replacement budget.
It goes into the replacement budget, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, not yet, Dave.
Peggy says, hi from Idaho. Bright sunny day. How's your weather?
Wow.
Oh, it was like 75 today.
So P. Johnson wants to know, how many hours a month do we put into it? So between Mike and Mom and I, we probably do at least 80.
A week.
60 to 80 a week. Yeah.
So yeah,
it's basically... I have been starting to feel better, so I have been doing more, and I have been working closer. I said 4 hours, but I've actually, now that I'm doing the soap stuff, I'm probably working closer to 6 to 8 a day. So we're doing about 80 to 90 hours between Mom and Mike and I a week.
Basics to Living asks, what program do you use to compress the files?
Well, I use Premiere Pro if they're pre-edited. And then for the live stuff, we use, who knows? we were using Wirecast, but we're using OBS at the moment. But for the videos that you edit, there's a setting for H.264, and there are certain numbers in there that if they're too high, that's the issue. So, but you can do that on pretty much any editing software.
So Heidi says, talk more on pantries. People are more obsessed with pantries on iTunes than any other program about pantries is always the most viewed. Talk about pantries, really? I guess I'll have to do that more.
She says, we'd love you guys to podcast also. We should record our videos as a podcast.
Yeah, we should be doing them as a podcast. Let's see. Yay! Thank you, Kelly, for ordering Dining on a Dime and Quick and Easy.
And Penny loves the cookbook. Worth every penny.
Thank
food
you.
I remember my mother would make.
Okay, Joy, is your cookbook healthy cooking as well? I apologize if the question is obvious, but I have several cookbooks that are not healthy eating. Could you give me some more examples, please? Very interested. Okay, so yes and no. I have a lot. This is a basic how-to comfort food type cookbook. I have mashed potatoes. I've got salads in here. I've got how to make your own bread, how to make your own chicken fried steak. It is not healthy. If you're looking for gluten-free, dairy-free, all this other free stuff, that's not what it's going to be. But
it's reasonably healthy, normal food.
It's reasonable, healthy, normal food. And you can adapt it easily. I'm gluten-free, and I use this almost every day to cook. There's only about 40 or so recipes that actually have wheat in them. So, yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to go with it. But, yeah, that's what it is.
So Cal says, if I watch and don't comment, is that less profitable than if I make comments? No.
No.
But comments do just kind of help things move along.
We need balloons and party streamers and everything because we just hit 201 likes on this.
Thank you, 201 likes. Woohoo! How many people are
That's
watching,
on the
Dave?
YouTube side.
How many people are watching?
291 right now.
291 people on YouTube. Thank you, guys. I think that's the most we've ever had. Woohoo! Let's do a dance. Woohoo! 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 Woohoo!
Okay.
Okay.
That's not my strong point, I guess.
I'm terrified.
Heather said, "Have you posted an edition of the mistakes?" Do you mean? Well, in the early days, we actually put out a couple extra pages that we would mail anyone who asked for them.
Yeah, we used to.
We're past that now.
Have a printout. Now the mistakes are things like. Stop it, both of you now. Today, now it's things like in the index it'll say it's chicken fried steak is on page 175 instead of 177 or something like that. So it's things like that are the mistakes now. So it's not anything major. Dad's kidding.
Susan says, "Put your books in Barnes & Noble." We did for a while, and actually it might work better now that we have a show.
Now that we have a show, it might do better. But before, when we did that,
It's just a lot of extra work.
it cost us more money than we earned in the bookstores. So what happened was they would order 20 copies, and we would have to pay the shipping, and they would ship us back 19, and we would have to pay the shipping.
Well, what they would order 20 and say, send them to this warehouse in New York, and then they would ship back 19 and say, never mind, ship them to Oklahoma. And then they'd ship them back and say, oh, well, ship them over to California. And by that time, we had paid shipping like 4 or 5 times on the same books.
Yeah.
And Jackie
So
just
Joyce,
dancing.
tonight is barbecue meatballs that I had in the freezer from a show a couple of weeks ago because I've been painting a really huge room downstairs with a couple of the kids, and I was exhausted. Quite frankly, I got in the tub before the show because I was hurting so bad I didn't know if I could do the show, so I had to sit in a hot tub before. That's why my hair looks so bouncing and behaving, because I actually washed it.
Yes. Oh, hey, we were talking about the other videos. Philosophy Phoenix said, I love the Ellie broke the hammock video.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we're going to try and start doing more family type stuff because we didn't know people would want to see our family stuff. So, I don't know. Do you guys want to see more of that? That's kind of what we're thinking, but for YouTube. And then do Facebook cooking shows. So we kind of have both there.
Oh, I didn't see who it was, but it just rolled off the screen, but somebody said that she loves how you make a big mistake and you just roll with it. Keep going. Oh, I have to tell you, even I thought it was hilarious watching when she knocked the camera over and the lights fell and she screamed, and then it was totally like Christine saying here, like the Lucy and Desi thing.
Well, and what was funny was I was recording videos for my new How to Make Soap e-course, and I had to get it done. And so I just had to keep going, and I duct taped the camera, was duct taped to the table, and it was duct tape on the camera on there and all that, and it was crazy.
So Kelly's excited. She says,
family stuff, yes.
More family stuff, huh? Okay, we're going to start doing more of that. We're getting a new camera, I think.
yep.
That might make it a little bit easier for us to do that. So
Except Ellie and I are taking it to Ireland.
What?
Don't worry, we can use mine while we're...
So we're going to start our own family vlogs.
It's like...
What do you think? Oh my goodness.
That'd be scary.
Kelly says, on Monday I ordered Dining on a Dime and Quick and Easy. I can't wait until they come in.
Yay!
And
Thank you,
Jeanette,
Kelly.
And Jeanette says she volunteers to proofread for Dining on a Dime too.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And Sherry says, glad to hear you're feeling better. How's BJ?
So one thing, I did ship your order today, Kelly. So, how BJ is not feeling very good still. We had a kidney ultrasound today.
Uh-oh.
Oh my
What was that? I didn't see
We
it.
need to record the behind the scenes of while we're on the show. I have BJ going with my credit card. That is a signal that I need to go buy deodorant, Mom. Yes,
Because
you
it's
may go
urgent
buy
that that happens
deodorant.
right now. I guess it should be urgent.
I just ran out today. And
Yes.
I thought I had more, but
You
I don't.
may. Go get your deodorant. So, BJ, we had a kidney ultrasound today, and we had more blood work today. So we'll see. I don't know. I spent 4 hours this morning going from one town, and then we had to go 35 miles to another town to do another thing, and yeah, I'm tired. So
Yeah. Michelle says, way to take care of the kids, Mike. Oh, Ramona was saying, I've been meaning to tell Tara my husband's blood pressure went down after he started taking turmeric.
Oh, turmeric, yeah. I don't know if I could get BJ to gag that down. I don't know.
What?
Oh, Penny is not just beans. Penny, you're a faithful first person on our thing.
Wow, we should have a special like club for the people that have the
Everyone
original
should.
Not Just Beans.
Mama Jill, heart, yes, more Mama Jill.
Angie wants to know where Jack is. He's playing Minecraft in the
Yeah,
other
he's
room.
back here playing. So we were trying to get Mom, if we moved, we were trying to get Mom a house on our property so that she could have her own house, like a mother-in-law thing, and we have our own house, but I don't know if that's going to work. She may not, she doesn't even necessarily want to move back here. I don't know. She keeps going back and forth, but
Lots of family stuff. We love your family. Yay, more family. Family vids. Yes to family and cat appearances. Oh, we're going to have to learn to like the cats.
Chili was in the
Oh no.
Yes, love the family stuff. And Sharon says, your human mistake moments are a blast.
I have a lot of them because
you didn't
I
see
am
the-
just klutzy.
Whichever soap one that was hilarious.
Ah, Liz witnessed Cameragate. Oh, so here's a funny story. So my brother was watching that, and he was like, "My sister," he said, "I about died laughing." He said, "I almost fell on the floor laughing." He said, "Here I was watching it, and it was just like dominoes. There goes the lie. There goes the light. There goes the camera. There goes the water." And he said, and then it all fell down, and she was gone. He said, but then she was back, and she was right in my face because I went and jumped up in the camera trying to pick everything up, and I said, "Oh no, Mike's gonna kill me." And my brother was like, "She was right there. She was right there in my face." And my mom asked him, she said, "What? Did she get in your personal bubble?" And he was like, "Yes." So I was even to irritate my brother 500 miles away.
Yep. Oh, Stacey says, I'm going to Ireland in June. I'll have to order your book and read it on the way. Well,
Woo!
we should write a book too. Just kidding. But we're going to shoot a lot of video, Ellie and I. And, Ellie has a really silly, hilarious personality. So we were hoping
Kids are all funny.
We were hoping to have a video about Ellie learning to drive on the left.
We should have done a video tonight of the kids painting. Oh my goodness, you should have seen BJ. He came in with trash bags all over his leg, a trash bag on his hair so he didn't get paint on his perfect fluffy hair. And yeah, so anyway, it was crazy. Oh, Tasha has Not Just Beans too.
And signed. Ooh.
Wow, that was one of the first ones because I only signed like the first 1,500 or something, and then I got tired and couldn't do it. So.
Wow, and Heather's in the Not Just Beans Club too, she says.
Wow, that's crazy.
So let's see.
Betty, Michael put a link there for my soap. I don't have much on there now. I'm working on getting it made to restock my store, but in the next few days I'm going to be getting some more on there. So
I just put it in, Betty. Lisa says, I like when you talk about decluttering. And Kathy says, I want to see part 14 and 15 of Jill.
yes, so the next time we film, we're going to get on Skype with Mom and film us together on Skype. Actually, unless she's here. She may come back in March or April, and we might do it then, maybe, if we can do it without Mike.
Andrea says, my son always says, only you, Mom. I said, no, there's a lady in Colorado that's my book. That's hilarious.
What's so sad is I truly don't do this on purpose. This is just my aura that just makes everything seem to go wrong every time I do something.
Oh, Angie says my little guy is really sick, pneumonia and dehydration, or he would be playing Minecraft also.
Oh, so sorry,
Sorry he's that
Angie.
sick, although it takes a lot of sickness for Jack
Yeah,
to not
keep
want
the
him.
popsicles down him.
We know he's really sick when he doesn't.
Like seriously, he'll be sitting on the couch before school like, I can't go to school. And then when I get home, he's playing on the computer just like, Dad, look what I did.
Oh, it
Michelle
keeps you guys entertained.
says the mistakes make you more real than those who fix them by editing. Yes, that was one of my perfectionist things I had to learn. Now I only take out the
Yeah.
non-learning mistakes. Kim, I love when the jar got stuck in the
Oh
garbage
my
disposal.
goodness. Can you believe my jar got stuck? That was just crazy. Yeah. Yes, the soap actually set up. Here, Dave, can you hand me that soap? And I'll show you real quick. I'm going to cut it on tomorrow's soaping show that I do.
Oh, it's really squishy. Oh.
Just be careful.
It
did. Oops, sorry. It did set up.
On the bottom, it's open.
Thank you. And you can see this is chocolate covered cherry, and I'm gonna cut it on tomorrow's soap show, somewhere between 10 and noon Mountain Time. I'm not sure, guys. Just watch your Facebook. But this is chocolate covered cherry. Oh, it doesn't smell good. Smell. We'll sell this one for $20. It has Mike's nose print on it.
Renia asked, can I send a money order for Dining on a Dime?
You may.
I don't have a credit card. Yes. It's at the bottom of the store page.
Yep.
There's information about sending mail orders.
Yep.
And so I'll share the store
It's
page.
P.O. Box 193, Meade, Colorado, 80542. That's
And
where we get all our business mail,
the
living on a dime.
The store page has a link about how much
Yeah.
shipping to put on there for the books.
Yes, Mom's going to finish her story. Don't worry, we haven't forgot. We just people kept asking us questions, so we were answering some of the questions of her story for this section that we're doing.
So some people have asked about Jack, and Louise is asking if Jack is sick.
Oh,
No.
come here and say hi, Jack. Everybody misses you.
Jack?
Come here.
He just, he likes to be a taste tester, but
Come over here.
since this show is boring for him.
Hi.
Tell them what you made for a snack after school that was so yummy.
A cracker sandwich.
A cracker sandwich? And what is in a cracker sandwich?
4 crackers and 2 pieces of bread.
Was it delicious? That's Jack's specialty, is a cracker sandwich.
Sharon says, Jill, when you finish with your series, make things up as you go. Like, by the way, I just remembered this. It would have the Tara thing.
Oh, man. We could go...
What?
Do you want to say it?
So Sandy says, should I look up your dad and slap him into next week? I live in Cleveland. No, I have forgiven him, and I still love my father greatly, but,
But it was still
Yeah.
funny.
it was still good.
Marie says my vanilla is ready today. Should I strain it before I use it?
I don't. I leave the little bits of vanilla pod in there because it adds character and it makes it look authentic. Martha Stewart used to do that, and it was her very vanilla bean, vanilla pudding stuff or whatever. It had all these dots. I leave it in there. You can strain it, though, if it disturbs you. So, yeah.
Patricia says, I'm going to try the donuts. Got the biscuits today. Can't wait. That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
super popular video.
So BJ didn't know that it was just the 2 ingredients. All these years I've made those, he's never paid attention to me making them.
Now that he knows, he's probably going to be making them at 3:30 in the
He
morning.
is. He's going to be making them. No sleep walking
No
and
sleep
cooking
frying.
donuts. No sleep frying.
And Rania says, Star, don't stop laughing. It makes me happy.
Oh, well, thank
And
you.
Liz says, you goof up like a boss.
But beast moding it. Right?
Hey,
Yeah,
if
as Mike comes home yesterday when the video camera was broken, he says, I just don't know why people watch this.
I was thinking, I just keep having this sense that someday people are going to say, okay, never mind. Actually, what's funny
And
is...
yes, I will tell you, I do scratch my nose and my face a lot. I do not know what it is, but there is something that when I start talking on the shows, thank you. When I start talking, it causes my face to itch. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do it, but
It's your introvert coming
it's
out.
my introvert coming out. I have to do something.
So when Liz says you goof up like a boss, okay, I did have to bring up. Now, her dad plays piano amazingly, and he did used to say, if you're going to mess up big and keep going like you meant
Yep.
it. So,
Yeah.
Linda Maxwell says, love your dad at a distance.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ramona, it's barbecue meatballs for dinner tonight from the show that I made a couple weeks ago. Remember, I did them in frozen. That's what I did.
Michelle says,
So-
Jack is so darn cute, but hashtag love for Dave.
Oh, hashtag love for Dave.
Nice. Let's see. Ramona used to eat cracker sandwiches. Let's see. Have you ever tried Australia Vegemite?
No, but Ellie was asking about that in one show, and all our Australian friends said we shouldn't do it because it's nasty. Bonnie, Mindy is making the homemade banana bread in Dining on a Dime. Is that not the best banana bread ever? Oh my goodness, it's the only banana bread. It is so good. Bonnie wants to know, why are we moving? Because we're sick of all the dogs barking in our neighborhood. It's ridiculous. We have 13 dogs in the 6 houses behind our cul-de-sac here, and it's just ridiculous. So we want to move to the country where it's quiet and peaceful, but unfortunately we live in Colorado where the housing prices have doubled in the last 2 years, and so we're not sure if we can afford it. We feel like God is wanting us to move.
So if so, then he'll probably provide something.
But frankly, it's going to have to be a miracle for him to provide what we want and need, because we'd really like to get a house with a studio so we're not having to tear lights up and down and all the equipment, because you should see our kitchen every show. I mean, we did one behind the scenes. If you go back to YouTube behind the scenes, it's a mess and it's a lot of work. For a 1-hour show, it takes us 3.5 hours to clean up and all that and set up.
So prayer warriors will happily have you.
Yes, so if you're a prayer warrior, please start praying that God will give us a house that is functional for us. And
Marie says Lucille Ball made tons of money doing the things that happened to you. And Lucille Ball probably faked it.
Yeah, I know.
So let's see. Mindy says making the banana bread from Dining on a Dime smells good. Patricia, Tara, you make me feel normal, LOL. I goof up often. My hubby says I could tear up a sheet of steel.
I know.
So, are you getting tired? We're
I'm getting tired.
Yeah, Karen, you guys remind me of the Lucille Ball show.
Sorry,
Pizza
I don't
rolls
mean
for
to
Dave.
yawn.
Marie says pizza rolls for Dave.
Yeah, I think Vicky...
Cheeseburger rolls, not pizza.
Vicky is right. I think the itchy nose thing is a reaction from my fibromyalgia. So I don't think that it's anything like that, but yeah. Whoa, Bonnie, it's 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, she said 6 a.m.
Oh,
Sunday morning, so
Sunday.
I'm thinking this is something you said is happening at 6 a.m. Sunday morning.
Oh, I don't know. Diane, we'll probably stay in Colorado, although quite frankly, my love for Colorado isn't the greatest it's ever been. It's just, I don't know. It's nice, but there's just so many people here now. Yeah, join us on Instagram. Karen said loves us on Instagram. I'm posting different videos on Instagram. So I've been using Mike's phone, so I'm not doing it as consistently because we're trying to decide if we should spend the $200 to get me another new phone.
Well, your phone is like 100 years old and broken. So.
Well, I know. My phone is all broken and everything, so I need to, but...
Thank you, everybody. A lot of people saying they're praying and God will provide. Thank you very much.
And we are preparing. I told Mom, I said, I feel like Abraham. I feel like God has told us to go, but we don't know where we're going or what we're doing. But I am decluttering and I am getting rid of stuff and we're getting stuff fixed up so that if we find a house when Mike and Ellie are in Ireland, I'll just sign the papers and say, let's go for it.
Yep. Oh, Bonnie said she meant dogs barking at 6 a.m. on Sunday
Oh,
morning.
yeah. That would drive me nuts.
The neighbors don't leave them barking when they're home. The problem is that they're not home a lot. And when they don't hear them, they don't
They leave them
realize
barking
they're
during the day when they're at work. And so, yeah.
But that's when we're home, and a lot of times...
Yeah. Oh, Mindy, I would love to move to Vermont. I would move there in 10 seconds if it wasn't for the rest of the fam. Yeah.
Cal wants to know, do we do Snapchat? We don't.
No, I don't. You can follow BJ on, what's your Snapchat?
M-I...
What?
M-I...
M-I...
007...
007...
K.
K is BJ. M-I 007K is BJ if you want to watch him on Snapchat.
My public Snapchat.
Yay. All right.
Yes, I'll be doing soap tomorrow. I will probably be doing a mountain soap tomorrow and a test recipe for my e-course. Somewhere between 10 and noon. I'm sorry I can't give you guys a more specific time on my soap things. It just depends on how BJ's feeling, if I have to take him to the doctor or whatever, or if something's happening and that kind of thing. So, yeah.
All right.
So.
Yep. God will provide when it's time. True.
Yep.
Night, everyone. Much love to you. Yes, good night.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. That is how much we earn on YouTube. We appreciate your support. $1,400 a month is not really worth it, but all the other stuff put in makes it worth it. But we love interacting with you guys. We love chatting with you guys.
Yep.
It keeps us going, and we love it, so we appreciate it.
Especially on nights like tonight where, knock on wood, we've gone an hour and 25 minutes without the show crashing.
It actually worked.
Yay.
So, all right, we're off to eat our meatballs, and we will see you guys on Friday at 4:30 Mountain, 6:30 Pacific, or tomorrow during the day. I'm going to be soaping 10 to noon. somewhere around there. Live on Facebook, and please go check out Simply 7 on YouTube. They're going to be on at 9 p.m. live tonight. Have a great night, guys.
Oh, Alexandra asked for the newsletter link, so I just shared that.
Mike just shared the newsletter link. There you go.
See you later.
Bye.
Thank
LivingOnADime.com. Might help if we said the
Facebook
website.
is now blind, and YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube.
Bye.
They just got
Oh, tell Amy T that I